I'm home. As her surroundings swim back into focus, the guest hears Elle's voice ringing out from upstairs and heads up to greet her. Elle poses triumphantly in the doorway, bright pink fishing rod in one hand and 2 fresh fish in the other. Oh, whoa, you really went fishing. What, you thought I was lying? It just seems like a surprisingly normal thing to do in this place. Elle shrugs. For me, this place is normal. Come on, let's go cook them on the beach. Elle escorts her guests to a small fire pit in the sand. They make themselves comfortable on makeshift driftwood seats, half buried by years of erosion. As Elle struggles with a packet of matches, the guest looks out over the dock. No boat. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Huh? Ah, there we go. The archivist grins as the fire begins to spread from the kindling. She tosses 2 fish on the grill. You don't have a boat. Elle turns her gaze in the direction of the guests. Oh, well, seems like I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? It comes and goes. I have a boat when I need it, and I don't need it right now. Right. Because that makes total sense. Guest slumps down as much as she can in her unconventional chair. Hey, are you doing okay? Yeah, I guess so. Okay as I can be, I mean. Did sleep pretty well last night. Better than the 2 nights before anyway. So, thanks for that. No problem. Having a sleepover was fun. Yeah. Think I'll head back to the... Think I'll head back to the lighthouse tonight? I don't know. If you want me to. I mean, I won't keep bothering you here. But being there was frightening sometimes, and when it was less frightening, it was just awkward. I know you said that she cares about me, and there are some mysterious reasons that she can't explain things to me, but I can't talk to her. She barely says anything. She's so cold and aloof. And did you know that she locked me in the lighthouse one morning? I mean, she says that it was an accident, of course. Just like she says it was an accident that my boat crashed on this island where it's her job to make sure that that doesn't happen. That was my fault. What? Elle's sudden declaration startles the guest out of her tirade. It was my fault that you crashed. I'm so sorry. I asked her to help me in the archives. I had some heavy boxes full of books and files, and I hurt my shoulder a while ago, so I asked her to help me move them down the stairs. And she said yes without even thinking about it, because honestly, that's the kind of person that she is. She cares so much about helping other people, even if it doesn't feel that way to you. But it took longer than we thought it would, and you must know by now that sunset comes early here. It's always earlier than you think, especially if you let yourself get distracted. When she realized it was dark out already, she sprinted up the hill to the lighthouse faster than I'd ever seen her move. And this was in the middle of the thunderstorm. I was so worried that she would slip and fall in the mud. But she was too late. By the time she made it up to the light, you had already crashed. The guest looks on in confusion as the archivist tells her tale, while even while smoke from the fire in between them obscures the archivist's expressions and irritates the guest's sensitive eyes. I was the one who found you first. I carried you up the stairs to the lighthouse. You were so cold. She had come running down from the top of the tower too, once she had made sure that the light was working. In between ragged breaths, she asked me if you were okay. I put you down in the bed and asked her if she wanted me to stay and keep an eye on you, and she said it was fine. She said I needed to rest because my shoulder must be in pain from carrying you. She said she could take care of you herself, and that's what she did. All night she would check the light upstairs, then check on you downstairs, and then do the same thing again. I'm really sorry. It's my fault that you're here. I'm the one that you should be angry with, and not her. Her story finished, the archivist turns her attention back to the fish on the fire. Guest sits unmoving in deep contemplation. She breathes in the smoke and the scent of the fish, somehow unlike anything she's ever smelled before. Thinks about the days that she's spent on this strange island, first with the close-lipped but apparently courageous keeper, and then with the affectionate, potentially absent-minded archivist. She looks at the woman on the other side of the campfire, tending to the fish she caught herself for the 2 of them. I'm not angry at you. It's not your fault. I'm not angry at her either, but I don't know if I'm ready to go back just yet. Is that okay? The archivist smiles on the other side of the smoke.
Of course. We have things to do after lunch anyway. I still want to show you a bit of how things work here in the archives. No heavy lifting, I promise.
Okay.
But first, I think the fish are ready. Let's head back inside and eat.
I can read. I swear I can. Two women leave the beach, the ashes of the fire behind them, and an afternoon of pleasant conversation ahead. Later in the afternoon, Elle drags an extra chair out of the corner of the basement and arranges it by her desk.
There, now we can work together.
The guest takes a seat at the desk next to a row of filing cabinets. What do you want me to do?
Well, if you don't mind.
The archivist bends over and drags a large cardboard box out of the same corner.
My sisters dropped off all these files a while ago, and they're completely disorganized. Because, of course, all the work they have to do is way more important than the filing, right? So I was hoping you could help alphabetize it all. Hopefully, at least most of it will be in file folders, just not in the right order. And if you come across a loose piece of paper, it should have the name of the file it's supposed to be in on top. Does that sound okay?
Sure, I can do that.
Great, thanks.
Elle takes a file out of one of the cabinets and sits down at the desk with it. Next to her, the guest takes one of the many files out of the box. On the ground, it's fairly thin, only containing a few papers. Tab on the top reads Wolf Marjorie. She can't resist sneaking a peek. After checking that the archivist seems absorbed in her own work, the guest surreptitiously slides one piece of paper out of the file. Considering the strangeness of the existence of these archives and everything surrounding them, the guest was expecting something equally abnormal in the files. But everything she feels she can get away with reading seems to be entirely mundane information. Name, date of birth, gender, marital status, and so on. Something that looks like details a dream. Something that looks like details a dream this Marjorie person had once catches the guest's eye, but at the same time, the archivist looks up to retrieve another document from a drawer. The guest immediately begins rearranging files with vigor. Alphabetical by last name, right? Yep. So this will be there near the bottom. Okay. Got it. Just gonna keep organizing files. She takes two more files out of the box. Carson Deborah and Martinez Alberto, and begins an alphabetical pile on top of Wolf Marjorie. With Elle's attention diverted back to her own papers, the guest makes one more attempt to glean some information about these people whose information she's handling. And upon opening Deborah Carson's file, she notices something slightly strange. Birth date listed would put Deborah at around the guest's age, at least as far as she can remember, but an enclosed picture shows an elderly woman. Eyebrows knitted, the guest closes the file again. She slides a few more into their place in the alphabet without looking inside, fighting against the urge to ask Elle about the incongruous picture, potentially sating her curiosity, but also admitting to her transgression. As the pile on the desk grows larger, she compromises with a decision to ask a more general question. So, can I ask who these people are? Elle doesn't look up from her work, which appears to be jotting down some numbers on the file she took out of the drawer.
There's no one in particular.
What, there's no reason that you have all these files on people? This time, Elle stops writing and gives her guest a reassuring smile.
I don't mean to be secretive. Sorry, I know you've been getting enough of that already. I mean exactly what I said. There's nothing especially significant about the people in the files. It's essentially a random sample of all currently living people. That box is, at least.
Then what's it for? Elle taps her pen against her chin.
Call it a demographic survey. My sisters and I collect information on people, and we use the information we have to make predictions about living conditions in the future. Or something like that.
Do you have a file on me in there? She wonders what might be in her own file. Details about her murky past. Photograph of how she looks without facial injuries. Or a photograph of someone else.
We might. It's not unlikely.
Elle turns back to her work. Too bad I wouldn't know what name to look for. The guest sighs and returns to her alphabetization.
Sorry, I know it's not the most interesting work.
You know, I don't actually mind it that much. You'd think just putting things in alphabetical order would be, like, a bit monotonous, but I've always found it kind of satisfying to get everything neat and organized.
I really appreciate your help.
The two of them spend the rest of the afternoon working alongside each other in companionable silence, and the guest makes no further attempts to examine the files, although she isn't sure if it's out of a fear of being caught or fear of what she might find. Later, as the first hints of the island's early sunset streak across the sky, a knock at the archive's door startles its two inhabitants out of their reading.
Come in, we're in the bedroom.
The front door swings open, followed by that of the bedroom. Keeper shuffles in, looking down at her bedraggled boots. Evening.
Hi, honey. I'll be right back. I was just about to take care of something downstairs. Talk amongst yourselves.
The keeper chuckles. Must be something super important. Definitely pre-planned. Definitely. The keeper remains standing near the doorway, wide distance between her and the guest on the couch. Ow! Please hold. Something is hurting my foot. It was nothing. Just a fucking nerve that decided to die for some reason. Keeper remains standing near the doorway, wide distance between her and the guest on the couch. What are you reading? Surfacing. It's about a woman in an isolated place with a lot of water trying to solve a mystery, so I can kind of relate. Do you like it? Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's been nice to have something to do to pass the time other than just wandering around, wondering what's going on here. Yeah. Sorry about that. Must be hard for you. Yeah, it is. It really was an accident the other day when you were locked in. Sorry it scared you. Thanks. The keeper moves farther into the room and takes a seat on Elle's bed. Did you have fun here? Yeah, Elle's really nice. We had a sleepover in the archives and cooked fresh fish for lunch today. The keeper nods. She is an astonishingly kind and cheerful person. She's very bright and energetic. I don't know how she does it all the time. And she says that her younger sister is even more of a constant optimist. I find that hard to imagine. Oh, that's actually true. Chloe's level of positivity is almost absurd. Oh, you've met both her sisters? Keeper nods. Known them all a long time. Well, not that long by their standard of time. What are you talking about? How old are they? Not sure exactly. Much older than anyone lives on Earth. Really? I guess that makes sense. You're not too surprised. Just one more in a line of strange things that have happened to me over the past few days. I think I've gotten used to it. Keeper reacts with a look of sadness and sympathy. Sorry that you have to get used to that, to the way things are here. No one should have to. It's okay, you've apologized a lot already. The keeper shifts slightly, leaning closer to the guest. If you want to come back to the lighthouse tonight, if you're comfortable, there's some good food for dinner. Oh yeah? How good? I did have some pretty delicious fish for lunch today.
Well, maybe it won't quite live up to your elevated standards now that you've spent time with the real chef on the island. But you should come.
As the guest looks into the keeper's earnest, apologetic eyes, Elle skips back into the room.
Hello, I'm done with the thing I was doing. Did I hear you mention going back to the lighthouse for dinner? That sounds like a great idea. I hear that was great food. Don't worry about me. I have things to do. So many things.
The guest laughs. Okay, I guess I'll head out now then. Thanks for letting me stay with you. It was a lot of fun.
No problem. Thanks for all of your help with the filing. I'll come visit you soon. Bye. Enjoy your dinner, you too.
The lighthouse keeper and her reinstated guest slip out the door of the archives and ascend the hill to the lighthouse as the sun sets in the south behind them. Dinner turns out to be pancakes with maple syrup. The guest is surprised at the departure from standard dinner fare, but she can't deny that the keeper's promise was accurate. Pancakes are delicious. Is this what you normally have for dinner?
No, just felt like it would be a nice change.
It is nice, thank you.
You're welcome.
In spite of their recent reconciliation, the guest and the keeper consume most of their meal in silence, interrupted only by the scrape of cutlery against plates. Immediately after swallowing her last bite, the keeper rises from the table.
Better check on the oil levels.
At the guest's interjection, the keeper turns back. Her cold gaze almost discourages the guest from asking the questions on the tip of her tongue, but she summons her strength and resolves to give it a try. The visions that I've been seeing here, you know about all of those? That's normal here? The keeper nods slowly and warily. I won't ask why I've been seeing them or how it even works, but I just want to know, am I right that they're the memories of people on this island? Can you confirm that at least? The keeper takes a deep breath before speaking.
Yes.
Guest nods as if in understanding, even though this answer has simply raised more questions that she would rather not consider. She shivers. The keeper remains still and silent on the bottom stair, her eyes fixed on her nervous companion. The guest steels herself to seek just one more answer, the one she finds least frightening. The woman on the balcony in the garden. Is that you?
The balcony.
There was a party. She was upset and a man came out to comfort her, and then in the garden,
Edwin.
for a moment, the guest thinks she catches a glimpse of an expression she has never seen before on the keeper's face. Some kind of nostalgia mixed with melancholy and regret.
Yes, my name was Rose.
Rose. Well, piss. I was under the impression that those were your parents, and I gave them vastly different voices. That's fine, it doesn't matter. Oh, your color changed.
The oil.
She whirls around and rushes up the stairs to the light. Grasping the edge of the table, the guest lowers herself back into her seat. She closes her eyes and struggles to endure the throbbing pain in her head that began when she stood up to address the keeper and grew in intensity with each question she asked of her recalcitrant roommate, Rose. The guest dreams of Rose that night, not as she knows her now, but as she saw in her visions of the past. She stands on the south beach of the island in a storm not unlike the one that brought the guest here, her long hair soaked through with rain, but still blowing in the wind. It's hard to tell with the rain already running down her face, but she might be crying as she watches a small boat recede into the distance. Descending the stairs in the morning, the guest finds her host looking as different from how she did in the dream as possible. Her short hair is neatly tucked behind her ears, and she smiles peacefully while sipping a cup of tea. Morning, want some tea? Sure, thanks. After opening several cupboards in search of a mug, the guest pours herself a drink from an unadorned porcelain teapot on the counter. What kind is this? I noticed that you have a lot of different flavors.
Blueberry ginseng. Elle says ginseng is really good for you.
Elle does seem to be a tea expert. An overpowering blueberry smell makes the guest momentarily worry that the tea will be too sweet, but upon her first sip, she discovers a much milder taste than she was expecting. It simply tastes warm and comforting. Across the table, Rose takes another sip of her own tea and sighs contentedly. She looks so much less intimidating than usual that the guest wonders if this might be a good opportunity to ask her another question. Ah, beans. So what are you gonna do today? Guest considers asking a more probing question, but thinks better of it and settles on a friendly one. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my throat is dying. So, what do you want to do today? At first, Rose's silence makes the guest wonder whether the question was somehow impertinent, but it soon becomes apparent that she simply deep in thought. Good question. How are you feeling? Are your injuries bothering you? Guest stretches her neck and shoulders a bit to test. They're alright.
In that case, we could explore the cellar.
There's a cellar here? I haven't seen it.
You have to go outside and down a ladder to get to it, so it's a bit of a hassle. But I think there might be some old board games down there. If you can find one, we could play with Elle.
The guest grins. That sounds nice. Rose's smile grows wider as well.
Then let's do that after we finish our tea.
The guest nods in assent and takes another sip, letting the hint of blueberry linger on her tongue. Later, Rose leads the guest around the back of the lighthouse, where a rusty metal door is embedded in the ground. The guest momentarily wonders how they'll move such a heavy barrier, but Rose deftly hoists it open with a creak. Beneath the hatch, stone steps extend into darkness. The guest peers down warily.
Are you scared?
No.
I'll go first and light the lantern.
She disappears down the stairs, and shortly after, a warm flickering glow welcomes her guest down. The room is much cozier than its exterior would suggest, although it lacks anywhere to sit, cluttered as it is with years' worth of unnecessary objects. As her host rummages through a cupboard below the stairs, the guest scans the shelves ahead of her for anything eye-catching. Are these more crates of food?
Oh, probably. When things I don't like get delivered, I just put them down here. There's usually enough of other things to eat that I don't need them.
Huh. Oh, okay, there. I was like, if they're perishable, you're fucked. Looks like these crates are almost entirely filled with cans of beans. What's wrong with beans? Why do you not like beans?
I hate beans.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but okay. What is this? It's full of papers and file folders?
Must be Elle's then. She stored some things down here a while ago when she was cleaning and reorganizing the archive.
Not a whole lot to look at, huh? Oh. The Mansion of Happiness. The fuck? Hey, this looks like a board game. The name is weird, though. The Mansion of Happiness. It's covered in dust. How long has this been here? How long has it been since you played a board game?
Very long time. Not even sure if that one's mine. There have been other lighthouse keepers.
Well, I don't see any other ones down here, so let's give this one a try. The guest examines her surroundings as she emerges from the cellar. dusty game box in hand. Huh.
You alright?
Yeah, it's just... What? That was easier than I thought, I guess.
Told you that place wasn't scary.
No, that's not it. I thought... She strains to remember what was going through her mind before she descended the stone steps. Hadn't she expected something in particular to happen? What was it? Never mind. Let's go inside and take a look at this game. Huh? Later that day, the three players arranged themselves in the game board on the floor of the lighthouse guest room, chosen as the optimal spot to play because of the lack of a third chair in the kitchen. Keeper fidgets with a game piece while the guest reads the rules. So it says each of us need 10 counters. Looks like they're the currency.
That must be what these little paper squares in here are for.
Elle enthusiastically dumps the bits of paper out of the box on the floor and it begins dividing them equally. Oh, and an extra counter with the initial of his or her name or any other letter or number judged most proper for distinction. What?
Good thing I always have a pen on me.
She draws a thin black pen from her pocket and marks one of the paper squares with a large flourishing letter L before passing the pen to Rose. Rose knits her eyebrows for a moment, then takes a deep breath and scrawls a blocky capital R on the paper in front of her. She thrusts the pen towards the guest, who simply stares at it, the roll sheet clutched in both hands. She places the roll sheet down and takes the pen gingerly. I'm not sure what to write.
Oh.
Right. Well, it does say any other letter or number judged most proper for distinction, doesn't it? So it can be anything. What do you judge the most proper letter for or number for her, Rose?
She beams as she addresses her friend by name. How about 3? Because she's the third person to write something down.
That's not very creative.
Think of something better then.
It's okay, I can just be number 3. The guest brings her pen toward the paper, but Elle grabs her wrist to stop her.
No, I'll come up with something good. Oh, I've got it. You can be G.
G.
Because you're a guest here. That works, right?
Sure. The guest smiles and writes down the letter.
Still think 3 would have been fine.
Well, she's G now, so how do we play?
The guest scans the rule sheet. We spin something called a tetratum.
This.
Rose holds up a spinning top with the numbers around the edges. And then we just move according to the number we get, I guess. And the rules have some more specific things to go with the squares we land onto.
Then we can figure it out as we go along. Why don't you go first, Rose?
Sure. She sets the tetratum spinning on the floor, lands on a 2, and she moves the counter with the letter R on it to the corresponding place on the board.
It says piety. What the fuck do I do with that?
Guest consults the rules. Whoever possesses piety, you get to move 6 more spaces, I think. Rose complies and slides her counter forward to a blank space marked with the number 8.
Nice. I'll go next.
She spins the tetratum with vigor. It careens across the floor, forcing her to get up to retrieve it.
I got a 3. Aw, there's nothing on the square for 3. Boring.
She slides her counter to the blank space with a dramatic sigh, then passes the tetratum to the guest. This time it stays in one place, but seems to spin for longer than it did for the others. Oh no, are we in Inception? Guest watches, feeling slightly dizzy as it wobbles and slows before eventually landing with the number 6 on top. She slides her paper counter, labeled with a letter in lieu of a missing name, along the board. The water. She peers at the roll sheet in search of instructions, the words swimming in her unfocused eyes. Whoever comes to the water, number 6, must pay 1 for being ferried over and go to number 10.
Oh.
That's one of those 10 counters we got, I guess. She drops one of the black counters back into the box it came from.
I think I've played this game before.
As the guest reaches for the piece of paper that represents her once again, her fingers brush against the illustration of a boat on the board. She springs back, willing the warmth spreading through her hand to dissipate and let her enjoy this afternoon, but her vision is already fading. Oh. The distressed debutante and the brooding bachelor lie sprawled on a familiar beach, leaves lapping at their feet and raindrops caressing their faces. Debutante's eyelids flutter open first. She struggles to relieve her knees and examines her surroundings before shaking the bachelor's shoulder.
Edwin? Edwin, are you alright?
Rolls over to face his friend.
Rose?
Oh, thank heavens.
Rose, where are we?
Edwin stands and turns in a circle, surveying the rocky shore. Rose gets to her feet as well, brushing the sand off her dress.
I don't know. I seem to have forgotten. I feel as if I've forgotten a great deal of things.
So do I. A bit troubling, isn't it?
He smiles despite his circumstances.
A bit, but you know, I feel rather content, really. You're alright, and we're here together on this lovely beach. I don't even mind the rain much.
I think I see a lighthouse up on that cliff. I'm sure the keeper can help us if we can find our way up there.
Oh, a lighthouse. I've always wanted to go to a lighthouse.
Yeah, I remember that about you, I think.
Edwin sets off in search of a way up the cliff, and Rose falls into step beside him, a grin on her face.
Do you? What else do you remember about me?
I remember that you're a lovely, caring person.
Is that so? And what else?
That you enjoy mystery novels and going for long walks, and that you're my...
You're what?
He stops still upon noticing the stone stairs leading up the cliff.
Well, you're my best friend, aren't you? Come on, it looks like we can go up this way.
Hello?
Anyone in there? We're a bit caught in the rain out here.
For lack of an answer, the bachelor heaves the door open and ushers the debutante inside.
Hello? Anyone?
Oh, we don't mean to intrude.
Rose squints up the stairs, looking for any signs of inhabitants.
It's awfully dark in here, isn't it, Edwin?
Yeah, come to think of it, I didn't see a light on from the beach either, which seems strange on a dark and rainy day like this.
Perhaps it's abandoned?
Her voice betrays enthusiasm at the prospect.
What will we do then?
Tired from the walk up, he sits down and rests his arms in a layer of dust on the small kitchen table. His friend joins him, eyes aglow.
Do we have to do anything? We can stay here.
Stay here in an old abandoned lighthouse of uncertain location?
Well, why not? It seems safer than setting out on our own when we don't know where we are. Besides, someone needs to keep the lighthouse running for the ships. We can figure out how to do that. I think I read some books on the workings of lighthouses once. I have a general idea of how to do it.
So we spontaneously become lighthouse keepers? What about when whoever's supposed to be in charge of this place arrives?
Then they help us get back to wherever we came from, I suppose. But we don't need to worry about that now. Let's explore the rest of the lighthouse.
She leaps up and tugs at his arm.
Well, alright. I do have the sense that I wanted to escape from something. Don't feel in much of a hurry to get back home and find out what.
I feel the same way. This place seems safe somehow. Safer than what I'm used to. Even though I don't remember what I'm used to. Isn't it strange?
Everything is strange at the moment, but I can't say that bothers me at all.
Then let's go.
Giggling, the debutante drags the bachelor up the stairs as the rain drizzles down outside the house. What? Oh, okay. Huh. It's nice and cozy, isn't it?
Montage.
So he's definitely the guy who has the boat. The like the supply guy, right?
I told you I could figure it out. I don't know why I clicked. Oh. There are words in this song, but it's too quiet and I can't hear them. Edward, are you alright? What if that picture was already there before they even got here? The picture of them, I mean.
Isn't this island beautiful? I'll see if we can find something to eat. That'll make you feel better.
Oh, goodbye, music.
Rose? Rose!
Scene shifts to find the debutante at the top of the lighthouse, looking out as a storm whips the sea into a furor. She keeps her eyes fixed on the waves as the bachelor clambers up the ladder.
Rose, you see that boat that's coming ashore? It looks like there are two men in it.
Yeah, they're coming up the stairs from the beach now.
Her voice is dreamy and distant.
Well, shall we go down and greet them? They must be the help that we've been waiting for.
No, I don't like the look of them.
What do you mean you don't like the look of them? I don't think we can afford to be picky in our situation, stranded here on a...
Rose whirls around to face him.
Stranded? I thought you liked it here.
Liked it? I'll admit it's not the worst place one could possibly be marooned, but...
I thought we were happy here. Didn't we both agree that we had a sense of having been trying to escape something before? And now that we're here, we're safe.
Rose, we can't stay here forever, Rose. We must have a home to go back to, even if we don't remember it. And this place is strange, unnatural somehow. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it too.
I don't know what you mean.
Rose's voice trembles and she turns back to the window.
Time doesn't move like it's supposed to. The days seem shorter than they should be. Sunset always comes so early.
Maybe it's winter.
And there's also the...
He pauses, searching for the right words.
The visions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do. Sometimes an object will catch my eye, something that I haven't seen before, that doesn't belong where it is, and when I touch it...
Jesus H. Thunderous pounding on the door reverberates through the lighthouse. Edwin is startled, but soon recovers his composure and turns back towards the staircase, look of feigned neutrality on his face.
Shall I go let them in then?
No!
In one sudden movement, Rose flings herself onto the trapdoor, blocking his exit.
Don't go! Just ignore them! They'll...
Another urgent knock interrupts her, but she shouts over it.
They'll go away eventually, and then we'll be free. Free to live here, to be happy, together.
Edwin shakes his head.
live. Rose, in the last of these visions, I saw the two of us in my old office together. We were each composing one of two separate, similar letters to our families. They both started the same way. By the time you read this, I'll be...
No, I don't. You're not. It's not real. It's just.
I don't think we're free to live anywhere, Rose. Here.
He opens his arms for an embrace. When Rose turns away, he circles to her other side and grasps hold of her shoulders. She relents, leaning her head against her friend's chest. The knocking at the door ceases for a moment, and the only sound she can hear is the rain beating against the glass of the lighthouse.
I don't remember very much about you, Rose, but I remember you used to say that you liked to feel my heartbeat.
Oh, what the fuck? The guest's eyes snap open. She finds herself lying on the cold, hard floor of her bedroom, but it's dark now, and all traces of the board game are gone. Hello? Elle? Rose? The more her eyes adjust to the darkness, the more everything about the room seems unfamiliar. The hell is this shit? What are... Oh. I remember these clothes. These are my clothes. That's right. I've been wearing Rose's clothes all along, haven't I? Oh. So what's up with this? We're not gonna... I can't look at that. Okay. I'm a little worried about touching this again, but what else can I do? There must be something I'm supposed to find here. I thought it would be the mirror, but oops. This is different. Oh, it's different than before. I remember it used to be more smudged, so I couldn't see most of the information. Now there's a name. Mira Murphy. I don't like that name. Oh. Okay. That's fine. Don't look any better than I did last time. It's like my wounds aren't healing. Why aren't they healing? Oh, okay. Guess I did all I needed to do. Rose's tea canisters are all here, but it looks like someone's ripped up the labels and stuck them back together to spell different words. I think this used to be blueberry, raspberry, ginseng. Jesus H, I read ahead on accident. It's hard to ignore this word. It used to be blueberry, raspberry, ginseng, and sleepy time. Now it says blood, remember giants, and suicide. So that's cool. It's tight and cool and good and normal. Food crates are here, but they're all empty. What? That sounded like something falling onto the table. What is this? Some kind of fucked up coin with a face? Oh. Was that the door? The door isn't an option that I can click on. There's nothing else on the table though. So always seem to be much more food sitting around here than anyone needs anyway. What a weird combination of words. Who would do that? How do I... Ah, I can click on the door. My bad. Guest opens the door and for a moment sees a different cliff outside. Not the one that the... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not the one that the lighthouse should be on, but one that looks familiar all the same. Then the doorknob burns the palm of her hand and another scene on that cliff materializes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, well, I mean, surely we couldn't have killed ourselves with another person here, right? That's crazy. Wistful wanderer and the tender-hearted tourist stand on a trail at the top of a cliff, clutching their jackets against the cold wind. A few other small groups of tourists mill about behind them on their way up or down the path. Great view, huh? Yeah, it's nice. That was a funny story the bus driver told about the giants. Which version of the ending do you like better? The one where Fionn... I'm certain I'm saying that wrong. wins the fight, or the one where his wife disguises him as a baby?
Huh? I think the baby one's pretty funny. Yeah, me too.
The wanderer stares vacantly out at the horizon. The tourist looks over the wanderer's shoulder, but fails to figure out what's caught her attention. You know, there's actually a pub near where I live called
Fiona McCool's.
Always thought it was a funny name. Had no idea it came from that legend.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a pretty good pub.
Hmm.
The wind whips through the two women's hair, and the wanderer's gaze never shifts from that fixed point where she sees something the tourist cannot.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna head down to the bottom and see those columns. You coming?
You go ahead. I'll be there in a bit.
Okay, I'll see you there then.
The tourist takes one more look at the wanderer and she heads down the trail, but she can't think of anything to say. Her eyes still focused on the sky, the wanderer approaches the edge of the cliff. A single raindrop falls into the sea. When the guest opens her eyes again, she is lying in her bed in the lighthouse, its keeper looking over her.
Rose?
She struggles against a weakness that seems to have permeated her body, but manages to sit up.
What happened?
Can you walk?
I think so.
Then come upstairs. I need to keep an eye on the light, but there are some things I think I can explain to you now. Guest shakily gets to her feet. Suddenly they're already there, looking out the lighthouse's vast windows at a brilliant sunset.
What? How did we...
Things are getting blurred here, even more so than usual. Passage of time, the line between dreams and reality, everything. That happens here, more and more as our time runs out.
What do you mean?
Rose fixes her eyes on her guest. What's your name? Can you tell me that? Guest finds herself nodding.
It's Mira, isn't it? I don't know why I didn't figure that out before. It seems so obvious now.
That's another of this place's idiosyncrasies. Figuring things out can be difficult. It's nice to finally meet you properly, Mira. A hint of a smile grazes the keeper's lips before she turns back to the window.
Thank you.
Ask me any questions you have. Now that we both have our names, it should be easier for me to explain.
Well, primarily the main question on my mind is what's gonna happen here, because you just said time was running out, which is strange because you've been here for what seems like a really long time. Yeah, but why time run out for me? What's gonna happen to me now?
Mira's voice cracks as she asks the most frightening of her questions. Sorry, that's the one question I still can't really answer. I've never been further than this lighthouse. I know that most souls move on to somewhere else. I truly hope that it's somewhere good, but I can't make any promises.
Oh, well. So I guess I have to ask all of these questions. What's this place and why am I here?
Well,
Rose takes a moment to collect her thoughts.
it's a place between life and death. I'm sure you figured that part out already. It's not the only one, of course. I only work here, so my knowledge of the rest of them is limited, but in my understanding, there are many islands like this one, and there are also many other waypoints that are entirely different. it depends more than anything else on what exactly brings you out of the world of the living and into this one.
Mira knits her eyebrows. So, suicide is what brings people to islands like these. Oh my god, that's an achievement for the other game that I have open. I was worried that was gonna happen at some point. That's really funny that popped now. I was like, did I just get an achievement for figuring out the suicide part of this? It's really funny.
That and other deaths that are somehow self-destructive, I believe. If the light goes out, the boats that carry their souls crash and they end up here.
And if it doesn't,
Rose shrugs. They live on, I suppose. Maybe they recover from their problems and die some other way instead, end up somewhere else. I've never known very much. I'm only one lighthouse keeper.
well, damn. What happened to you and Edwin? Where is he now? And how did you end up staying here without him?
Rose sighs and looks down at her work boots. How much do you already know about when we were alive and what brought us here? Mira chooses her words carefully, keeping an eye on Rose's dispirited expression.
Well, in the first vision that I saw, I think he had just said that he didn't want to marry you because he was gay, right?
What do you mean?
He liked men?
Oh, yes. Is that what you call that now?
Mira nods.
I had been dishonest with him. He thought that I was like him, that we were both gay, and, well, I thought I was too before I met him. I had only ever been attracted to women my whole life, but I loved him too. He thought that it would be a good idea for us to get married in order to keep up appearances for the rest of society, while truly having a platonic relationship and enjoying each other's company as friends. And for a long time, I let him believe that I wanted that too, but I didn't. If he had been less perceptive, we could have ended up in a terrible marriage, me constantly holding out hope that he would one day magically want me the way I wanted him, and him under the exact pressure he had hoped our relationship would help him escape. I was a terrible friend to him, and that wasn't even the worst of it. You see, there was a war.
I know, and he didn't want to fight.
He was so opposed to violence in all forms. He had so much love for humanity.
Rose trails off.
Mira catches a glimpse of the light reflecting off tears in her eyes before the sun dips lower and plunges her face into shadow. He thought that death was the only way to escape, and I let him die. I died with him instead of helping him face the future.
You can't blame yourself for that.
If I had been stronger, maybe I could have saved him. I could have...
You weren't weak. You were suffering. I don't blame you.
Rose responds with a shrug and a sad smile. Anyway, after we ended up here without most of our memories at first, like you. And when it was time for him to leave, the people in charge asked me to stay. They needed a new lighthouse keeper. They said I was right for the job somehow, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. As confused and disoriented as she still feels, Mira struggles to think of any more questions to ask.
There's nothing she can put into words that would abate her gnawing anguish.
They're almost here.
Rose gestures towards the window, while most of the boats on the water are barely visible in the distance and poised to curve around the island. One swift, small shape cuts a straight line through the waves as it approaches the beach.
I'm sorry, Mira. It's my fault you're here. I failed in my duties as a lighthouse keeper. I let someone die again.
You didn't let me die. No one did. I died of an illness. That's what depression is. It wasn't anyone's fault.
But if the light had been on that night, maybe you would have felt better that day. Maybe you would have gone home and talked to someone who could help, or...
What? So the light controls my life and my emotions? Are you saying that I don't have fucking free will?
I don't know. I've never really understood it. I imagine only the people in charge do.
Well, if we're going with the no free will hypothesis, then maybe neither of us could have done anything. Maybe I was always destined to be here.
What a sad fate.
As the dark vessel outside draws closer, Rose takes a deep breath. She adopts the rigid posture and stoic expression that characterized Mira's first impressions of her, just one strange, short week ago.
You should go out to meet them.
Mira turns away from the window and examines the woman next to her.
They'll be in a bad mood if you make them come up here and knock on the door, and you'll only be postponing the inevitable.
The woman who may have been in some way indirectly responsible for her death, the woman whose standoffish nature exacerbated the fear and confusion she felt when she first arrived.
Apologies for the pain and inconvenience this lighthouse has caused you.
The woman whom she now knows was dealing with her own pain and fear. A woman who made her pancakes and, albeit briefly, sat next to her and enjoyed a board game. A woman whom, under different circumstances, she might have been able to call a friend.
Goodbye.
But they're not friends. They're simply a reluctant host and guest, forced together by unfortunate circumstances outside their control. And this opportunity to escape, even if it only brings more uncertainty and confusion, brings an end to their tumultuous acquaintance. With trembling hands, the guest descends the lighthouse ladder for the last time. Oh. Who's this fucking stick in the mud? Two men stand on the slick, rain-soaked rocks outside the lighthouse. The ferryman leans on a tall wooden stick, rain pounding against the patches of his skin, his tattered clothing leaves exposed. The messenger beside him, sheltered from the storm by a thick cloak and wide-brimmed hat, fixes the guest with a speculative stare. Will you be coming with us after all? The guest takes a shaky step toward them. Jesus. She flinches as the heavy wooden door slams shut behind her. Do I have a choice? The messenger observes the closed door for a moment before returning his ghastly gaze to the guest. It appears not. Can you Oh, is that what the coin was for? The ferryman's voice comes out as a hoarse whisper, barely audible against the unrelenting rain. The guest's hand slides unbidden into her pocket and emerges with a single silver coin. The messenger nods in recognition. Shall we, then? The silver coin clutched in the sailor's hand. He beckons and descends without a word. The woman stumbles, struggling to stand. Her head in searing pain, her vision blurred. With shaky steps, she makes her way toward the sailors standing ready at the prow. She dares not dream of trying not to board. There's nowhere to escape to anyhow. And as they sail with rough and jerking pace, she turns one final time to see the light. A fails to bring to mind the keeper's face before the crawling fog swallows the sight. Well, I guess I got the bad end, huh? Piss. And there we leave our hapless guest for now. Unless you think it could be changed somehow. Fuck you. I know I got the bad ending, okay? I'm aware. That was clear, okay? Beans. Ah, man. I don't know how I would get the good end, though, right? Like, is it just based on choices? Or did I like get the little flashback scenes too soon? Did I need to click on other shit? Hey, what's in the extras? Oh my god, there's hints, bless you. 3 conversations. The right words unlock a choice. I see. Extra ending. 3 books on a shelf. Archivist's favorite. Averts tragedy. So I picked the right book. I picked the correct book. Click some objects twice. Others depend on the day. Find secrets, have fun. Thanks. This is kind of you. I appreciate this. Look at this cute little gallery. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna try and get that other fucking ending. I'm gonna just start all over again. Can skip. Oh, praise. Okay. Go upstairs. What if I go all the way upstairs? This is her room. Should I really be snooping around in here? But I want to. I want to look around. It's really old. I wonder who these people are. Seems like I was taken at a party. Oh, wait. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. But... So, does the order that I get these in, does that change anything? Well, it changed my ability to skip this. No, okay, it didn't. I'm so sorry. I picked up this photograph and suddenly my hand felt really hot and...
Oh, yeah, that's how it works here. You'll get used to it.
So let's look at the light first, maybe. I guess I want to look at the light.
Alright, you go ahead. See you upstairs. Photograph, huh? Can't seem to get rid of that thing.
Outside the panes of glass that make up the walls. Sea, not much calmer, stretches out into the distance. This is the same, isn't it? Now that I know what time it is, I guess. I didn't feel like it was that late. Offer to help. Duh, fuck. Oh, this is when we got locked in. I was like, what the fucking hell? Go upstairs. What if I continue to snoop around your room? Is there anything different now? It's that photograph from yesterday. What was going on? She didn't drug me or something. Okay. Oh! I can't imagine hiding anything up there. It's all pretty open. Okay. If you insist, I guess. Just go back to sleep. Just forget about all this and go back to sleep. Okay. I guess we'll do this again. We've already read this. Why do you stop sometimes? I've already seen all this. Still haven't had a tour of the island. Give me the tour. Ran the previous day when picked up. This is the same. Ah, this is what I fucked up, I bet. So, what do you do when you're not working? Huh. Seems like you have a lot of spare time here and no one to talk to. Unless you get a lot of idiots crashing their boats.
If the job's done properly, no one ever crashes.
Right, sorry. It was a joke. I'm sorry. I thought that maybe this was the correct option, but my fucking bad. Maybe it wasn't. I mean, you must do something in your spare time, right? Do you like to read?
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite book?
Sign of the Four. Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, yeah, Sherlock Holmes, right?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Hmm.
Cool. Good talk. Sensei came quickly again. Okay. I have so many options, and I'm afraid I wonder if that was the singular choice that I fucked up, right? There are a lot of files in here. One for Walker Emma, born August 9th, 1989, Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Reigned the day that she was born, and for 3 days afterwards. She'll be kind to others, but too hard on herself. She'll encounter many shipwreck-bound souls. She'll try to help them, but will not always succeed. What is this? Maybe I should just put it back? Feels weird looking at all this personal information, if that's what it even is. But I'm so curious. Those files creep me out. Fine. Poo-poo. Feel an urge to make this spin so fast. Do it. This is... Yeah, it's the book. This is why we get that. Oh god, right. I did all of these in the wrong order from the way I did them originally. Archivist coming down the stairs. Busies herself in a small... Okay, this is the same though. I mean... I don't know. I'm gonna pick the same. And then if this turns out differently. Wondering what her... Oh, right, because we didn't look at the fucking picture this time. Wait. Is this... Hang on. Is this after we... These files make me feel like something's wrong somehow, but at the same time, I really want to take another look. I'll just pick one more. Heart Cecil. Cecil? I think it's Cecil. I think that's how you're supposed to say that. January 23rd, 1895, London, England. 1895? How far back do these go? Born on a frosty morning, his good looks will garner attention wherever he goes. He'll lose them only in death, struck by a German soldier's bullet while attempting to cross the Sambrois Canal. I don't like this. I'm putting this away. I'm not looking at any more of those ever again. Won't risk touching that again. Okay. Okay. Go through the door. Oh, this is just the door back, isn't it? Probably. Okay. Sewing machine. Can't remember if I ever learned how to sew. We'll look at this picture. Cute. Is that Elle in the middle? Looks a lot like her. Woman with the scissors kind of creeps me out. Damn, rude. Look at this. Wait. Fuck. What'd that say? It said something different. Because Elle sounds like Elle? Or did I just assume that she called herself Elle when it's really Elle? Necklace is a bit gaudy for my taste. Clearly likes pink. Kinda cute. Okay. I wonder if I could have clicked on these little jams. Oh well. Cool, good. Based on previous experience with the files in the archive, the guest was expecting more cryptic and unsettling prophecies. Everything she feels she can get away with seems entirely mundane. Okay. So I still think that this is the correct option. I will not be dissuaded from this. Skip montage. Thank you for giving me that option. No thank you for making those sounds so loud. My poor ears. Look at all the things. Go out that door. Go through all of these. Stay a little longer. I don't think I had this option before, yeah? It's not sad.
What?
It's not sad, Rose. Mira stretches out a shaky hand and places it on the keeper's shoulder. The keeper flinches, but stays put. You said what a sad fate. But it's not that sad. Because I meant you. She pulls the other woman into an embrace. No. Rose is tense at first, but after a moment she relaxes. She rests her head against Mira's chest, and Mira runs a hand through her hair. Goodbye, Rose. I think I'll really miss you. I'll miss... Rose stops her own sentence short with a gasp. They're so mad at me. Two men stand on the slick, rain-soaked rocks outside. Messenger beside him, sheltered from the storm by a thick cloak and wide-brimmed hat, fixes Mira with a speculative stare. I've already read this line, no? Will you be coming with us after all? No, she will not. Rose steps forward and takes Mira's hand. Messenger sighs. I expected as much. You're not supposed to be here, Mira.
So you did know.
Anger flares in the lighthouse keeper's eyes.
And if I hadn't realized it, then what? Would you have taken her with you anyway?
Perhaps.
Why? Is it part of that mysterious process that's so important to you all? I'm supposed to figure it out myself? Or do you simply not care whether the souls you take are even your own?
The man in the cloak inclines his head towards his companion. Ask him. It's not my job, I'm just the messenger. Rose considers following his flippant instructions, but one glance at the ferryman's wild eyes changes her mind. Instead, she turns to Mira, clasping her hand tightly.
Mira, listen to me. What he said was right. You're not supposed to be here. When you held me, I could feel your heartbeat. You're alive, Mira. You don't belong in this place of the dead. Wake up.
Oh, what? Whoa, my God! As soon as the words leave Rose's lips, Mira appears to pop out of existence, a look of shock on her face. Rose closes her eyes and tries to hold on to that last image of her guest, but it's already fading almost as quickly. She lets her now empty hand fall to her side. The messenger and the ferryman loom over her, their faces unchanging.
Well, what are you still doing here? She's gone. I'll see you next time you bring a delivery.
Messenger shakes his head. There's one more message for you. Rose rolls her eyes. What? Messenger straightens his posture and adopts a formal tone. Your tenure as lighthouse keeper approaches its end. Your sentence was 100 years on the mortal clock. 95 have passed. Rose's indignant expression softens.
Has it really been that long?
It has.
Then what happens to me when time is up? Where do I go?
The response to her question is another lackadaisical shrug. It's not up to me. I'm just the messenger.
So helpful.
What? Omega? On a rare sunny morning in Belfast, a sagacious survivor is walking to work. It's been over 5 years since her second suicide attempt resulted in a head injury the doctors worried she wouldn't recover from, alongside several broken bones. But against the odds, she persevered and made a full recovery, barring some occasional, mostly manageable memory problems. She found a small apartment in Belfast as soon as she was able to live independently again. In spite of the bad memories of her first trip to Northern Ireland, something about the small, picturesque country seemed to call her back. Some of her dissatisfaction with the human condition lingers, of course. Things like that don't just go away. She still feels lost sometimes, insecure in her ability to deal with the stress and monotony that come with functioning in society. But at least for now, she's content with her job as an archival assistant at Ulster University. Her supervisor tells her that she has a natural talent for it. And in her spare time, she's been piecing together something of a novel, based on the fragments that come to her sometimes of a dream she had while she was in a coma. Every morning, she goes out of her way to take a route to work that passes the Europa Hotel. She wasn't sure what first drew her eye to the building on the tour bus all those years ago, but she knows now. The Europa Hotel is the most resilient building she's ever heard of. It was bombed 36 times during the decades of violence that characterized the 20th century in this country, but each time it was repaired and rebuilt. And there it still stands, 51-meter-high testament to survival. As she admires it once more on this beautiful spring morning, a strikingly familiar face catches her eye. Rose? How the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. At first they wonder whether they're awake, all the souls inhabiting this plane, and all the paths that one might choose to take. For them to reunite might seem insane, and yet against all odds our heroes meet, with amatory arms entwined at last. The two progress together down the street. They speak with beaming smiles about their past, their memories becoming much less blurred, and try to understand their circumstance. It seems that after all these two endured, the fates bestowed on them a second chance to live however they see best. Our former lighthouse keeper and her guest.
Yippee! True ending. Author's notes. Kick-ass. Extra ending. Wow, you're okay. Wow. Boy, it's Christmas. Huh? Notes.
Wow. Sticking around after the ending to check out the extras. Hell yeah.
Some fun detail and trivia. Oh, this is a lot. I'm not reading all of this. Oh, sick. We love inspiration.
Oh. I'm only skimming this. If you want to read it, feel free to pause. Huh. That's cute.
This one has gameplay.
Nice.
It's a real game.
There's really a game called Mansion of Happiness? That's wild. Oh, early board games. Fascinating. I'm so curious. I'm gonna have to look that up. Huh. Nice. Good shit. Excellent.
Party?
Why is there a party button? Was this here the whole time? Did I not notice that even a little bit? That's really funny. There's one thing still locked. Probably that extra ending. I do think that it wants me to redo the whole thing to get that extra ending though. So I'm not gonna do that. If you want to see it, get the game yourself. It's real cheap. It's a good game. It's worth it. Oofa doofa. But yep, that was the light at the end of the ocean. Good shit. I love that they gave me a nice ending, even though it seems insane and doesn't quite make sense. Like Mira coming back to life makes sense. How did Rose get here? How did Rose get here at an age that, like at that age, right? Like, it would be one thing if she was like reborn or reincarnated or whatever, but like, no, she just showed up like the same out of nowhere. And I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. This is not a complaint. I'm just saying I appreciate the nice ending, even though it truly doesn't make sense. But yep. Hope y'all have a good one. Take care. Bye.